Guys, I need to know something that we were talking about, I think we went on the air. But is it really illegal to be a midget and play baseball?
Well, they won't lock you up, but like it's against the rules of the game, which I had just learned from Kyle and Woody before.
So there's a height limit. It's like a ride at Six Flags.
Yeah.
So in 1951,
because your strike zone is your knees to the bottom of the letters on your jersey,
right? And if it's only
you got a guy, you throw a guy who's 3'7" out there, and suddenly the strike zone is just very small. And then he'll crouch down too. So and then if he ever gets plunked, he's dead.
Zach, bring up a picture of the little
I got one for you.
Kyle, I'm not gonna lie to you. That was my first strategy. Oh, you want to get in the box, little man? I'm gonna hit
him every time up. I swear to God. Kyle, that little fucker out there.
Listen, that little guy. Because I'm gonna walk anyways. I might as well plug him, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna hit him in the ankle. I'm gonna break his fucking leg.
This guy in 1951 played for MLB, Major League Baseball team called the St. Louis Browns. I didn't even know about that team. And he was 3'7" tall, and he was ordered not to swing. I saw him in look at there's his number 1'8". I saw a photo of him with a different stance where he like spread his legs really wide and made his strike zone extra small. Like I don't know. And his thing, they just thought a pitcher couldn't hit his tiny little strike zone, and but they made it.
Wow,
illegal.
Look at that little fella.
Yeah, that's a
3'7".
Grown
He's
man?
so scared.
Yes, that is an adult.
He was
scared. But not a midget because it's not all thighs and elbows. Like
he's 26 years old, and
this is so long ago they didn't even let blacks in the stand.
No, he's a midget. He's not a dwarf.
Got it.
I think a dwarf is when you have a normal size. Peter Dinklage is a dwarf, where you have like a normal sized head and everything else is small. I think a midget. Powers. No, none of them have powers. Common misconception. But they don't grant wishes if you capture them. You find out after lengthy litigious battles in court. But yeah, this guy, I think that was a foolhardy rule to ban this little fella. I think the rule should have been like he can bat, but he also has to field. So it has to be like a tactical player in your lineup where like, yeah, you get the free walk, but he has to play, put him in right field.
I just found out what happened. He had one at bat. And he was 3-0. He had 3 balls and no strikes, and he couldn't resist swinging, and he fouled out. Wait, fouled out? Isn't? No, he grounded out. I'm sorry, I don't know enough about baseball.
He couldn't resist swinging.
He couldn't resist swinging.
Those little fuckers are incorrigible. You can't.
I'm gonna say something else. It would be a liability because if he gets on first base, look at. It's going to take him a long time to run to second.
Yeah, you got to be a pinch runner. You bring him in as a pinch hitter, and then you immediately take him out. Or you'd have to. You can't have him running the bases, and you can't have him fielding balls.
Right.
I'm asking different questions in my head. Are we trying to win games or sell tickets?
Both.
I want to see this guy play.
Well, what about the Savannah Bananas? I bet you they could put.
That's actually a good idea. They could get a little fella on their lineup. Did you see the guy do the backflip no glove catch the other day in the outfield?
How great is that? I would 100% go see one of those games.
Who are the Savannah Bananas?
They're
I think I might have seen them on Reddit. Do they dance?
We've talked about them before.
The pitch?
Oh, they're like the Globetrotter style baseball team, right? Okay.
It wasn't that. They were a regular team, but the attendance was down, and so they tried something new. They're like, let's add some performance art to our baseball game. And so they're doing coordinated dances like all the players are as the pitch is coming. It's really ridiculous.
If they really wanted to up attendance, they should have started playing football.
In the outfield.
Yeah.
They should have had a football game going on while they were playing baseball.
Yeah.
It's minor league baseball.
Would show up.
So it's hard to get them in the stands. It's just their people's families, really, you would think.
But the Savannah Bananas now sell out everywhere they go.
Yeah.
Like when they come to Vegas, it's hard to get a ticket to that game.
Yeah, it's a fucking show. It's pretty cool. I would watch too. I don't live that far from there, honestly. That's a good idea. I'm going to go to Savannah soon anyway. I wonder if I'll make sure I watch a game.
How about this though? If you do have a midget on your team, the other team has to have the same amount of midgets.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Then it's almost kind of a Cold War of adding more midgets because
you bring a guy that's borderline.
Like, hey, we've got the best
Hey, measure that,
9.
cocksucker. We said one midget only.
That probably would happen.
Go out there
There'd be a lot of
measure one guy.
technicalities.
That would be hilarious if you could.
It's
field
like
9
Little
midgets.
League. If you hit, you got to put him in the field. You can't just have him get on walk and pinch run.
Right.
He's got to play one inning in the field and stay on the base path.
The normal St. Louis Cardinals are all riding the bench because I showed up with 9 midgets. And you have to like scurry around and find 8 more.
It's like a scene in Moneyball where Jonah Hill's like, Brad Pitt, there's just not that many of these guys. Like, we're really trying out there. We're scouring Barnum and Bailey.
I've seen Wizard of Oz. Get out there and get it done.
We're reaching out to India because apparently there's a lot of midgets in India. I learned from that one
per
scene.
capita, or do they just have a lot of people?
I don't know. I think it's.
I
Just
think
a
they're
lot of
the
people.
most populated country now, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah,
about that?
they're on top.
They passed
They're winning.
China.
They're beating
How come I
China.
heard, and I could be 100% wrong on this, but I don't think I am, but I hope I'm not, but I could be. I heard that in California, south of LA, there is like a midget community.
Really?
Yeah. Now,
Zach,
Like a
can you look
neighborhood?
into that? Is there a midget community in Southern California?
I could have heard that in my dreams,
Welcome to Little Angeles.
but LA, Little Angeles. Am I wrong about that? But I thought I heard that.
We've got our best men on it.
I don't think those people are too organized.
Fairfax County, Virginia. The Midgetville in Vienna, Virginia, was a collection of 6 small no, it's not even full of midgets. It's just small.
What do you mean?
They just made it
I'm looking for a place where midgets kind of gather up, ally with one
call it
another.
Midgetville?
This is the Wikipedia is called Midgetville, refers to a real or legendary community of midgets, people with a form of dwarfism who are normally proportioned, or collections of small midget-sized houses. Okay, so these guys they're just midget-sized houses they built. They're not even inhabited by
What are they like being called again? Little folk?
little people.
We
Yeah.
people.
That's called. It's just.
They really shouldn't have named it Midget Town.
We're in a hotel room, and somebody just opened our door.
just walked in. Is it maybe he heard you talking about midgets?
No, this
That's
is
what
cool.
they
I've seen a half a dozen videos that start this way.
That's Pete. Do
Let
what he
her in.
says.
Oh shit, Kyle, you said the California midget thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long
Oh, he
Beach,
did.
California, or Josh did. An urban legend holds that with the success of the 1939 American musical fantasy film The Wizard of Oz, many of the little people who had acquired their wealth by playing the roles of the Munchkins purchased lots in the LA Linda development of Long Beach and built homes suited to their needs.
Hilarious.
Became known as Midget Town. I
They
mean,
should
I'm
have
sure
their
it's
own
a
zoning
dead
laws.
city now. They don't live that long.
Like
What
what
a
laws saying how high your countertops are supposed to be and stuff like
Mhm.
that. They should change them.
And how,
Oh,
I
they do.
wonder how much, if it's cheaper to build houses for midgets.
No.
For sure. Just raw materials? Yeah.
Yeah, and raw materials, but you got to think like
Vaulted
everything is-
ceilings like 7 feet.
Everything you know about building houses is shrunk though. Like it.
yeah.
No, who
it
has
all
that
changes.
skill set?
Now we have to like instead of those guys build a house every week. Like they're throwing up houses next to me. I'm guaranteed they're all the same on the inside. Like all of a sudden we need fancy tiny midget doors or something.
Well, I'll tell you this. So I remember going to a barbecue at Ralphie May's. Do you guys know who Ralphie May was?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Great big fat person.
Yes, exactly. And I told him it was at a barbecue, and I go, "Hey, I got to take a dump." He goes, "Joshua, go upstairs and use my bathroom."
Oh wow.
And so I went up, and I, dropped my pants and sat on the toilet and fell right through. I didn't think about it. He had an extra large toilet.
Mhm.
And when I came downstairs, I go, "Ralphie," and he started laughing. He goes, "Did you fall in my toilet?" And I go, "Dude, big." He goes, I got tired of breaking regular toilets."
You got tired of
Think
dude.
about that.
If that's you will never find a wake up call if you're like calling specialty plumbers to titanium reinforce your
Prison toilet.
Yeah, this is called Kingdom of the Little People in China. Now, whether or not they live in those homes behind them or if they're just for show, I don't know.
Dude, look at those armed ones down front.
Yeah,
and
they
up
have
and in the
guards.
back.
Why they
you
gotta-
know, you wouldn't believe this. High crime area.
I would not fuck with like that guy looks scary. I don't want to mess with him.
I think they snuck a kid in there.
It looks like they built the Shire. Like, couldn't they just put them in regular houses?
Why are they armed?
Because they have to guard their king. Look at the king in his little gold. And
is it Halloween?
It's Christmas there.
Yeah. What the fuck?
You know,
look at the sneakers. The sneakers really take you out of it. I'm having a hard time suspending my disbelief when all those tiny Santas have Nikes on.
Riz.
I do wonder, is there a country that has the highest percentage
per capita? Yeah. What's the highest
leave
per capita?
This. Bring that picture back up, Zach. Look at this dude on the right, the absolute lady killer of Midget Town.
Really?
Far right?
In his jacket.
Wait, damn.
Look at that guy. Real short, obviously, but look at this jacket. Look at he's got swag. He's got charisma.
But did you catch the guy in the top center? Like if you look at yellow and go the very top.
Double thumbs?
Double thumbs. I like double thumbs.
No, above double thumbs. He's touching his sunglasses.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He doesn't. I don't know if that's a midget. That's just a tall kid or something.
Man, you can tell the king has that kind of.
Imagine your kid had low self-esteem and you just let him go to this place and rough him up. What this place is? This is clearly a tourist attraction. They don't actually live there like this.
Dude, it's China. They might make them live there.
Would you go visit?
Yeah.
No, I would feel sorry for him. I don't even go to the zoo because
you don't want to. Dude, they'll eat right out of your hand.
You put a quarter, get that goat food out of that machine. There you go, little fella. You're like, flat palms, they bite.
He's all irritated. You don't pet the little people.
Do not feed them. They won't perform unless they have food held over their head. Literally.
They look like, I imagine little people to be thieves.
I think that's bigoted.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
why.
really racist. And besides, you're thinking of gypsies.
They're down there by my pockets.
They'd be the worst thieves. Have you seen their hands?
They're perfect for getting into pockets and grabbing things without us knowing it.
Yeah, they're like part of Ocean's 11, dude.
No, not at all. No, if you like a pickpocket's like a good pickpocket's hands are going to be like long, slender, like a violinist's hand.
Yeah, a lady would be the best.
Yeah, like a raccoon's hands.
Yep. Yeah,
like
it's
like definitely like imagine if you're trying to get close to somebody.
40,000.
Definitely a lady would be a better pickpocket because if a hot lady sort of like sidled up to you in a crowded bus or something, you'd be like, yeah, come on over here.
Right.
Like if you wouldn't find space. You'd be like, oh, you might even start talking to her. But if a dude like sidles up to you and you can feel the heat coming off his big man body, you're like, fuck, let me get away from this dude. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would let a lady get close. And then she's got those sneaky hands. And if she touched you, you might take it as flirting. Yeah.
Not in your pocket.
Especially
take it as flirting.
Especially in my pocket.
Yeah.
Maybe
she's gonna find I don't have anything in there. It's just straight to my cock.
I cut the pockets out just for this situation.
I have no money. Just
Kyle,
no cut out.
I love the idea that you put holes in the bottoms of both pockets just in case somebody else puts their hands in there.
Yeah, he's on his 9th phone of the year, but eventually this is going to pan out.
Just cut the pockets right out.
You guys are saying you wouldn't go if you were in the neighborhood in Chongqing or Sichuan or whatever. You wouldn't pop by.
I'd go.
I would go
for sure.
I feel sorry for them. I legitimately do. Like I don't.
You don't have to bully them. You can like.
Yeah, I mean, if you're there,
I'm gonna be tempted, Taylor.
No,
when in Rome.
Well, don't. Well, treat them
when in Midgetville.
Yeah, when in Midgetville, do as
I find midgets to be the most rare of all minorities. Because I was talking to my girlfriend about this the other day. I've only seen one midget in the wild in my life.
Come on,
I've only seen one.
That
can't be true. There's no way.
I still remember seeing them in in Orlando. It's the only midget I've ever seen in the wild. I find them to be the rarest of all minorities.
They are rare. I'm not gonna.
And they're hard to spot.
I was gonna say maybe you just don't see them, dude. But we see them.
Yeah.
You saw one last night. Yeah. Where? In Vegas.
Did you make a wish?
Did you Vegas? Vegas.
She was getting in an Uber, and I saw her jump into the car, and I heard a little Super Mario sound effect when she jumped up.
Yeah, see, Kyle,
I wasn't a midget. She just got stepped on by a Goomba.
That would honestly, if I was a midget, I would have in my pocket playing all the time. Bum bum just kind of run around.
Yeah.
I'd throw mushrooms around.
I'd want to move to a place where they're wildly superstitious. And I would just take the roll of the dice that they were going to worship me and not like eat me.
I think I just hang myself with a really short rope. Actually, a really long one, huh?
That'd be tough. I think your neck is so much girthier than a standard body hang.
They just take it like Danny DeVito.
Like remember Danny DeVito when he tried to hang himself in Sunny and he couldn't do it?
Can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dinklage, that head is so much bigger than the body. I feel like the rope would get right underneath there.
He'd flip upside down and just slide out.
It depends what style you are.
Yeah.
What your skill points are in.
Maybe I'll just jump off something high.
I have a lot of questions.
Countertop.
Could you do mushrooms and become normal size?
No, you could do that.
Give that Mark. He jumped off a building. Yeah, first floor, just right to the crushed.
Right to the
You can jump as a midget. Anything's high.
That's true. You can't
ride
roller
like that
coasters.
because like not only do you have like the tiny penis clearly, but you've also just everything in life. Sucks.
I don't know. Some of them have regular hands.
So, guys, do you remember? So, I was on a show called Chelsea Lately, and there was a guy named Chewy on there who was her side.
Yeah.
Chewy, his first job, he was in porn.
I was gonna say, Kyle's like, yeah, midgets have the tiny penis, and the three of us are like, You can tell 75% of these hosts have seen midget porn.
He had a regular size penis because I remember asking him. My job on the show is I produced his segments, so I'd go in pre-show and we'd end up talking, and I was like, Chewy, like, you were in porn, huh? And he goes, yeah. I go, but like, and he goes, I have a regular sized dick, Josh. And I was like, oh, what's regular size? For who? And does a regular sized dick look super big on you? Yeah, like if Shaq has a regular sized dick, it's got to look.
Yeah.
He has to. You see his girlfriend? He'd split her in half if things were all the correct proportion.
Zach, can you find a good picture of Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah, but now you're assuming that dwarf vaginas aren't also the same size.
Yeah, show me Shaq with that tiny Asian hottie that he was walking around with.
That's a great point, Taylor.
Yes, it is.
Very astute observation, genius.
If you think of midget porn, regular large-dicked dudes are having sex with them.
Mm-hmm.
So the vagina must be a regular-sized vagina?
They're pretty normal size from neck to groin, really.
Yeah, again, it all depends, like the flavor, the style of midgetry.
Look at that poor thing.
She's not a midget. That's just
the tip is your only option.
I mean,
kid,
what is that? Can that be real?
That looks photoshopped. Is that too?
I don't know.
Is she genuine? She must just be a tiny person too, because I know he's 7 feet
leaning over to make himself small.
Can you go back to the picture with the jorts? Those would be pants on me, right?
Yeah, they would be pants on us.
Those would be Jeankos on us.
Yeah, those are Janko jeans for sure.
She could fit in that pants like her whole body.
Yeah, that could be a sundress for her.
That's a sleeping bag for her.
Shaquille O'Neal is giant. Have you guys ever met Shaq?
I have.
No.
Yeah, he's so much bigger than you think. Like he's big.
You've met Shaq? How has this not come up?
He was at MLG Raleigh.
Woody, I met Andre the Giant.
Really?
Ooh, an even bigger Shaq.
I met him in an airport, and I remember shaking his hand and just being like, it just disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a child at the time, but it was, I couldn't believe there was a human being that was just walking around Earth. And I also remember thinking, I'm so glad I'm not flying on his plane. Because
he's known for his gas.
In the middle.
Where's he sitting?
With your luck right next to you. Yeah.
He sits up front. He'd have to get out like a bucket for him to piss in. You ever see that? I'm trying to find it, but there's a picture of him holding like a can of beer. Here it is.
Oh yeah.
Like look at his hand holding this fucking can of beer.
A normal can of beer, a 12-ounce can of beer. And he would do like drinking feats.
Well, not even that. It was just his normal drinking was extraordinary. So like he was getting a ride somewhere, like and in the back, he drank like 30 or 40 beers on the way there.
He would drink like 8 bottles of wine at dinner.
Yeah. That looks like a V8.
That's
Man.
So you can imagine how fast he'd go through those. He's just sipping them down.
Let me ask you a question. All of you guys a question. Your ideal size, because I would never want to be that big.
Yeah.
Right.
But what's the ideal size for you?
I think 6'3" or 6'4".
6'4"
is perfect.
Yeah, 6'4" is definitely the ultimate height. You get taller than 6'4", and you start lending yourself to looking very gangly and like some weird proportions.
6'4", like a lean 205 would be sort of ideal. Like strong.
I feel like people have gotten taller in my lifetime. So like at my age, I'd say 6'2" for my generation and 6'3" for the next one.
He's 6'3", and he's half Jewish, half Asian. So that doesn't make sense at all. It's like two negatives made a positive.
Wow. He's rarer than midgets.
Yes. A tall Asian Jew is like, I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, right.
I mean, as a
don't even try to find a problem on his taxes.
I had a hockey teammate once.
Here's what's crazy: a tall Asian Jew who's bad at math.
Wow,
he's a novelty.
That guy's an anomaly.